Welcome to Locally Hosted. I'm Alex, and today we're cutting through the hype to find tools that actually work.
I'm Sam. We dig into AI, ML, and the gritty infrastructure that makes modern dev possible. No fluff, just facts.
All right, let's talk n8n. You know, that workflow automation thing everyone keeps whispering about?
Oh, absolutely. It's got nearly 190K GitHub stars. It's fair code, self-hostable, and now packed with native AI features.
Wait, fair code? That sounds like legal jargon for we want your money, but not your code. What does that actually mean?
It's source available, not quite open source. You can modify it, run it commercially, but you can't resell it as a competing SaaS.
So it's like a middle ground between MIT license and proprietary SaaS? A bit of both worlds?
Exactly. It keeps the code open for devs to build on, while protecting the company's business model. It's pragmatic.
Okay, I see the logic. But you mentioned 400 plus integrations? That number feels massive. How is that even possible?
Think of n8n as a Swiss Army knife for data flow. It connects APIs, databases, AI models. It's the glue holding your stack together.
So if I get a webhook from Stripe, I can send that to a DB, then to an AI model? Just like that?
Precisely. And you do it visually with their node-based editor. No code needed for basics, but you can inject JS or Python anytime.
Wait, custom code inside a visual workflow? That's powerful. How does the AI part fit into this puzzle?
Native AI means you call LLMs directly in the flow. Parse docs, generate summaries, or trigger actions based on sentiment.
So it's not just moving data, it's actually processing intelligence? That sounds way more complex than I expected.
Yes. Imagine ingesting an email, using AI to extract entities, updating a CRM, and hitting Slack. All in one flow.
That sounds like Zapier or Make, but self-hosted? Is that the main comparison people make?
Sort of, but with a developer-first focus. You own your data. You control the infra. No vendor pricing tiers locking you in.
Lock-in is a huge fear for companies. So, n8n really reduces that risk? That's a big selling point.
Absolutely. Self-host means you scale as you grow. You can even contribute to the core project. It's community-driven.
I've heard people compare it to Airflow. Is it a competitor? Or are they fighting for the same users?
Different needs entirely. Airflow is for complex, scheduled ETL pipelines. n8n is event-driven automation. It's lighter and faster.
Real time? So if a user signs up, I can trigger a workflow instantly? No waiting for a cron job to run?
Yes, webhooks are core here. You listen for events and react immediately. Latency is minimal because it's designed for speed.
That's a huge difference for UX. Latency matters. But how do you handle errors? Does it just crash?
Nope. It handles retries, data transformation, and branching visually. It's like building with Lego blocks, but the blocks are smart.
I love that analogy. But what about that fair code restriction? Does it bite you later when you're scaling?
Only if you try to build a competing SaaS. For internal use or clients, it's fully permissive. It's a boundary, not a trap.
Okay, that makes sense. It's protecting the platform, not the usage. So, I can use it freely for my business?
Right. And the community is huge. Thousands of templates shared publicly. You can probably find a starter for your exact use case.
That saves so much time. Do I need to be a DevOps engineer to set it up? I'm not exactly a sysadmin expert.
Docker makes it trivial. One command to spin up the container. And it's just configuration. The UI is intuitive enough for non-devs.
So it's accessible to both devs and ops? That's rare. Usually, tools lean heavily one way or the other.
Yes, that's the sweet spot. Devs get code access, ops get self-hosted control, and business users get the visual builder.
What about security? Since it's self-hosted, I'm responsible for everything? That sounds like a nightmare.
You are, but that means you enforce your own policies. No data leaves your network unless you configure it to. Huge for compliance.
GDPR and HIPAA compliance just got easier? Or, at least more manageable? That's a strong selling point for enterprises.
Much easier. You control the data lifecycle. Encrypt everything, audit every step, and keep sensitive info off third-party servers.
That's a strong selling point. But what about cost? Self-hosting isn't free. I have to pay for servers, right?
True. You pay for infrastructure, but you avoid per workflow or per task fees. If you have high volume, it's often cheaper than SaaS.
So it scales with your budget, not with your usage? That's predictable. I hate surprise bills from cloud providers.
Exactly. You add more server capacity as needed. It's predictable. No surprise bills when your workflow gets popular overnight.
I like predictability. What about the visual editor? Is it laggy? I've used tools that choke on simple diagrams.
It's surprisingly performant. Built on modern web tech, complex workflows with hundreds of nodes still run smoothly in the browser.
That's impressive. Most visual tools choke on complexity. How do you handle version control? I hate losing work.
It supports version control. You can track changes in Git. That's essential for teams who need to collaborate without stepping on toes.
Git integration? Yes, please. I hate losing work. Can I commit workflows to a repository, then roll back if something breaks?
Yes. Commit workflows to a repo. Roll back if something breaks. It's professional-grade tooling for serious automation.
Okay, so who is n8n for? Startups?
n3,
Or is it a niche tool for specific types of developers?
Everyone. Startups love the cost savings. Enterprises love the control. Agencies love the flexibility. It's incredibly versatile.
So it's a generalist tool, not a niche player? That's rare for automation platforms. Usually they're very specific.
It's becoming the de facto standard for self-hosted automation. The momentum is real. It's growing fast and gaining traction.
What's the biggest pitfall people face when starting with an 8N? I don't want to hit a wall on day one.
Over-engineering. Trying to do too much in one workflow. Break it down. Keep flows simple and modular. Reuse nodes where possible.
Good advice. Less is more. What about community support? If I get stuck, is there anyone to help?
Very active. Discord, GitHub issues, and forums are full of helpful users. You're rarely alone if you get stuck on a problem.
That's a relief. I hate being stuck on a bug with no help. It feels like shouting into the void. Does the community respond quickly?
Same. But n8n's community is one of its strongest assets. They contribute templates, fixes, and integrations constantly.
So, final verdict? Should I use it? Is it ready for production? Or is it still too beta for serious work?
If you need automation and care about data sovereignty, yes. It's powerful, flexible, and growing fast. Ready for production.
And if I just want something simple for my personal projects, does it feel too heavy for a small side hustle?
It works for that too. It's not just for big enterprises. It's for anyone who wants control over their tech stack.
alright, I'm convinced.
Where do I start? Do I need to read a book? Or is there a quick start guide?
Check the docs. Spin up a Docker container. Try a simple workflow. See how it feels. It's hands-on learning.
Simple steps. I like that. Thanks, Sam. This was way more useful than I expected. No fluff, just good info.
Anytime. Just don't forget to back up your workflows. Automation is great until you lose your config files.
Subscribe to Locally Hosted for more deep dives into tools that matter. We cut through the noise, so you don't have to.
Original source is linked in the description. Stay curious. Keep building. And always question the licensing terms.
And remember, if you build it, host it yourself.
See you next time.
Keep your servers cool and your data safe.